Age of Ashes. This is episode 19. We left off sort of at the beginning of what seems like a war. I'll get to that in a second. I want to introduce our cast and our sponsors. Let's start with Spence.
As soon as I could take my mute off, that would be great. Hi, I'm Spence. I live on Twitch, and I am playing Monica Freerunner. She is a halfling ranger, and her trusty companion is Aldonis, the warg. And I am both nervous and excited, and I want to punch Corvus in the face. Or the beak.
That's not Corvus. Don't blame that thing. Jen?
Hello, I'm Jen. I am Savage Sparrow on the internet. I will eventually get my Twitch set back up again. Otherwise, you can find me here for Pathfinder or every other Monday for cults. And I run a website called savagesparrow.com. Awesome nerdy t-shirts. I play Reka, the lizard folk druid.
Mr. Smith?
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. I play the arguably insane wizard for this campaign, Rune Ravenswood, and the poor owner of what used to be a very cool, familiar raven called Corvus, who is now clearly just as insane as his master. Definitely looking forward to seeing what trouble I can get the party in this evening.
Our guest, Dan?
I am Daniel. I am honored and privileged to have been invited to make a guest appearance by Ian. Ian and I started playing together about 3 years ago. So I'm super excited that he invited me back, and I hope it's not the last one. But I am playing Keeo, a recently freed kobold slave, and looking to exact some revenge. And I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
The biggest of them that you freed. Definitely watch out for him. And Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel. I am the source of all of our technical problems and moral quandaries in this game. So I play Sailix, the Elven Guard, and I am here all of the time. Sundays, every other Mondays for Star Wars, and Fridays for Scion. So yeah, come check us out on those too.
And I'm Ian. There's only one of me, no duplicates, no other Ian in this stream. He's one of a kind. I will be GMing. This stream is sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, which you can actually see us play. By the way, it's super nice. Check it out. Go to fantasygrounds.com. I think you can try it for free, but they have a bunch of system support. It's really nice. Also, we are sponsored by The Only Sheet, which is an Excel-based character manager. You can manage your whole group, even inventory. If you're not using something like Fantasy Grounds, 100% recommend it. If you are using something like Fantasy Grounds, you can use it to plan your character and to manage your character when the game's not running. If you have Excel, it's very inexpensive and super well automated. I know our wizard uses it, and he destroys me with his wonderful ideas and massive spellbook. So go to theonlysheet.com to check it out. And we do use music from Michael Gelfi. You should check him out on YouTube. He's pretty great. So maybe we should tell the beginning of today's story from the perspective of the kobolds. 46 of them, Thornscales. They live and die in slavery. At least they did for many generations, being owned and traded by the Cinder Claws and forced to harvest gold. Many of them died from what we know now to be arsenic poisoning, but the kobolds think it's a curse. What's left of them, the 46 or so kobolds, had been freed. The Unforgotten, our heroes, they managed to pull off a near perfect heist. And now on the escape, you're heading downriver towards the sea, away from the jungle to new opportunities. The sun has just risen. You've been traveling through the night. Keeo, you are the largest of any of the kobolds, something of a mutant, 5 or 6 feet tall, even fully standing. these people are alien to you. Some of them look somewhat familiar, but you've been saved by a halfling, an elf, a human, a gnome, and a Ruxi, which you know to be a lizard folk. The smell of anything other than a damp gold mine smells like freedom to you. So this might be a highlight of your entire life, as you sit on this raft and you enjoy your escape. What's going through your mind right now?
Like a dog driving down the street with my head out the window. No, he is enjoying the smell of the water and of the environment and seeing trees and seeing life, and he's sitting on the edge of the boat, and while he's enjoying all these things, he's also just stewing. He's wondering about his generations of enslavement, and it's finally dawning on him what has happened to our people. How did it ever come to this? What can we do to free ourselves, to stay freed? Now that we are free, what can we do to advance ourselves? What do we not know? So he's got a lot on his mind right now, but at the same time, he's also just trying to enjoy this moment of feeling things that he hasn't ever felt before.
Yeah, you're among 4 dozen other kobolds, all thinking or speaking about the same thing. You in particular, you speak Draconic and Common, so you can talk to just about anybody in this group. Reka, I imagine you share a raft with Boz, correct?
Yes.
And I imagine you have. She is tied and gagged. Okay. I want you to make a perception check for me.
Go for it.
I will make a perception check for you. Let's see. I'll just do it for everybody. Interesting. She looks quite nervous. Now, you do notice that these rafts are shoddy. They're well made given their own limitations, but as they shake and rock across the river, you can imagine the discomfort of being tied up and laid down on one of them. Actually, as it bounces gently over the river, sometimes water even splashes on her face, so she struggles to breathe. 2 small holes of her nose is the only thing keeping her alive right now.
Reka would, sort of give this gesture on the leash and what she thinks of as a reassuring gesture.
Excellent. And how about the rest of the party? Rune, Monica, Sailix. What was your night like? You've spent the entire thing fleeing the heart of the Cinderclaw Dragon Cult territory. It's not something you want to stay in for a long time. So
Monica's doing what Monica does best and has a ton of jerky and is throwing it to the other, throwing bundles of it to the other rafts to make sure everybody eats. And is just petting my ward companion Aldonis, who is about the size of Keeo at this point, I'd say, right? And just petting him down, and Aldonis is like, I want to jump in the river. I want to jump in the river. And Monica's like, no. So
a big swim.
he does. He's a big old puppy dog. It's great.
Sailix is very poignantly standing in between Rune and wherever Vaz is, trying to look like he's staring off into the jungle, but very often checking the position of him to make sure he doesn't try to murder her.
Oh, no jerky for Vaz.
I believe Rune is on a different raft, luckily, as you guys are just floating down. What about you, Rune?
It doesn't matter. He's a wizard. He can knock the whole raft over.
Totally a fair point. No, Rune keeps himself. he, he's positioned himself on the raft to maintain some balance, but he's been in a meditative state most of the journey, really coming in and out of it, reading through a book that he has, going back into what seems to be like a prayer meditative kind of stance. Yeah, he really just stays quiet throughout most of the...
Right. Sailix, you notice, do you make eye contact with Vaz at all?
Yeah, frequently.
Okay. Yeah, she eventually catches on and playfully, jokingly, this elven woman winks at you.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Salix
Uh,
will dip his his sword into the water and flick it at her face.
she flinches back, noticing the braid of her hair falling into the water. But interesting that of all people, only you and Reika notice this at first. But as soon as her hair touches the water, a mouth comes out, rapidly pulling her in. She falls in right away. There's tension on the leash, Reika, that you're holding. Do you
Yeah.
release it or do you fall with it?
I'm
It's
not
all
letting her go.
Yeah,
Just let her go. It's fine.
can Salix like grab it and help pull back?
You're far away. These rafts are spaced out.
I am not letting her
In
go,
order
and
to-
I can breathe
Yeah.
underwater.
And you are certainly underwater almost instantly.
Okay.
Within seconds, the alert's raised, obviously, because that's quite a din. But yeah, Rune, Keeo, Monica, Sailix, what are your reactions immediately?
Seeing, oh shit, I I don't know, looking around, scanning to see if it's like an ambush of some sort, trying to scan the foliage.
Yeah, you look. Let me examine your perception check. You did great on your perception check. You notice 1, 2, 3 sets of ripples. One from this thing that pulled Vaz in, one from Vaz, and one from Reika in tow. Rapidly heading off. The river does fork into what looks like marshlands, and it seems that that's where it's headed. The kobolds erupt in not panic, perhaps anger. They weren't ready for a fight like this. At least half of them are still sick. What about you, Keeo?
Keo's just looking around. He's confused. He's
Right.
nervous. He's scared. He's on his feet, ready for action.
In infested water.
Yeah, I mean, these people who saved him, he might need to spring into action, so he's ready.
Yeah, well, you do happen to know that among your many talents, you were fed the most. Not even your choice, because the Cinderclaws, they recognized that you had the strongest swing of a pickaxe they had ever seen in 10 generations of kobolds. And you notice a loose board on this raft. These rafts you could tell it's made by kobolds because it's very well done but poorly instructed. One of them's loose. So worst case, if something tries to snatch you up, you can take a plank with you, and you can swing it like a pickaxe. It's probably more than enough to annihilate somebody. And Rune.
All right. So Vaz went down, and who else went down with Vaz?
Reika, attached to the rope.
First thing he's going to do. Wow, he doesn't have a. Actually, no. He will. Can he still see Reika as she's fallen in?
You notice, the ripples. You notice the direction. Sailix might even point it out. They've headed the river does branch into narrow marshlands.
He will cast haste on Reika.
Ooh, okay.
Give her a step up. her leg up in whatever situation she's getting herself into.
Excellent. Sailix, I'm going to let you take the point here. If you act, you might inspire people to follow. But as the guard, I think you would feel compelled to make the first move. Are you going to pursue? And if so, are you going to do it on foot, or are you going to urge the rafts to follow where the water forks?
We're swimming against the current right now, right?
You are with the current, headed towards the sea.
Um,
But it would be against the current to turn around.
right.
It's where they meet. Yep.
Um,
Very slow though, because it's marshland, so it's almost stagnant water.
and like most of the kobolds are sick.
Yeah.
On
You
my
do notice some of them are well, including the brute among them.
on my raft who's on my raft with me?
A couple of kobolds and the brute,
All right.
the biggin.
This is gonna be some. He's gonna scream to the rest of the party. He's like, "I'm gonna follow on foot." He's like, "The rest of you, do whatever you want." And he just jumps to the boards of shore.
Yep. You can make that leap, but I need an acrobatics check. Keeo, are you going to follow him?
100%.
All right.
He feels like he can do something to help, so he's going to do it.
Yeah, you rip that
Rip the
spiked
board.
plank off just
For sure.
I am going to yell in Draconic to Tabaki to take the rest of them back to camp, and we will follow when we can. Right?
Okay.
It's Tabaki who's in charge,
Tabaki.
right? Okay.
Yep. All right. So Sailix.
And sorry. And if I'm not on the same raft with Rune, I will hop on Aldonis's back and we will swim to the raft with Rune on it.
Reika, make an athletics check. I'll make it for you. Are you going to try to hang on? You're going to try to move up? Are you going to try to pull them back? Do you have any ideas?
I have 2 ideas.
Okay.
So, first of all, can I see what's pulling her?
I'll make a check for you, but it is extremely murky in here.
Okay.
So it's a long shot. Yeah. You know it to be a growlodon.
What's that?
It's like a crocodile dragon sort of thing.
Ah, great.
Large, not huge, but large. They have a grip that would put a crocodile or an alligator to shame.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And by awesome, I mean not at all awesome.
Yeah, and it's tugging by the hair.
I guess then my next idea is I would like to create, if it is possible, a wall of wind to impede its progress so we can all catch up.
Oh, force it to stop. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. You can do that. And I know exactly where you're going to stop. Monica and Aldonis, where did you say you were going? You're following them?
We are, if we were not on the same raft with Rune, we were going to get on the same raft with Rune.
Okay, excellent. And Rune, where are you taking that raft?
Is there anyone else on the raft with him at this point?
Monica and Aldonis are there with you.
I feel like the director went with the kobolds.
Yep.
So let me see if this will work. I don't think this will work.
And then my next thing that I would do, Ian, would be to try to climb up there and cut Vaz's hair.
Ooh, maneuvering up. Okay.
Get that bitch a bob cut.
Give
her the Karen.
Interesting.
Give her the
Okay.
quarantine cut.
Fucking Karen.
Oh my God.
She's
So-
the Karen of the fantasy world.
For our friends who are new to chat, we hate Vaz.
Yeah.
Vaz has been the epitome of evil. She has not blackmailed, but she's framed a couple of us, nearly burned down the village that we now call home, and just an all-around evil person.
But she has information my character wants, and she realizes that she needs this person to be kept alive. But my character doesn't really understand why humans bother with hair anyway, because scales are way cooler, so it's probably not even a big deal. She's really gonna thank me if anything.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Sailix, you lead the charge. You make it to land first, and as soon as you get up the hill onto a bit of a plateau where the marsh flattens, you notice something you did not want to see, and I need you to make a reflex save. The first thing you see other than swamp is a tall dragon pillar.
Oh man.
Orange gem glowing, preparing to fire at you. You have a fraction of a second to get out of its way and find out what it's going to do to you.
Do any of us see it?
No, you don't. You're just now rounding the corner. Reika, you managed to cut the hair just in time. The wind giving you a break as this Growlodon gets cornered. But now you are so close to it that you must engage because you seem to have its full attention.
Yay!
You have critically failed that, Sailix.
Oh,
that was a 1. I think that's automatically a crit fail.
We should all have a hero point to start off the session.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna spend my hero point I had from last time.
Spend it so you don't die.
Yeah, thanks.
Keeo, as you make way to the land, you notice some people are here. They look like enemies. You've seen them before. Look, you got another 1. You got a 1 again.
Oh no.
Sailix,
I'm gonna, I'll see y'all on later. You have fun.
Keeo, as you're following Sailix and you're scanning, you notice the figures of sinister looking crocodile people. You remember them coming to the mine sometimes. They definitely work with the Cinder Claws, but before you can even engage or react, Sailix ahead of you is blasted back by a dragon pillar. You recognize the dragon pillars. He smashes into a tree. You see smoke coming off of his body. Acid burns up and down from head to toe. You're taking some damage, man.
Man, it's too early for. Oh, that was a lot of dice. I saw that.
It's that. It's both of those together.
Ow. Hero point to Sailix from the chat.
You put that on Keeo, by the way.
Oh, whoops. My bad. You can make another reflex save if you want.
Yeah,
Looks like chat's trying to save your life here.
I'll do that. Please, Jesus Christ, just give me something.
Good. That's a regular failure. You're only taking 23 points of damage. So, look, you might understand your objective now. You have another threat or two. Aldonis, you're next on initiative. You can hop off the boat. You have a path to the land here. Sailix isn't far behind. You don't see where Reika is, but you do see enemies. What do you do?
Who's who?
Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. So I see that friend Sailix is up here, and much closer than Reika.
Yep.
So I'm gonna come up to this thing. I'm gonna bite it.
No, that is a kobold.
Oh, is it? Never
That's
mind.
your friend. Yep.
That's the friend.
I am so
5'10".
sorry. I am so sorry. Let me
5'10".
retract. Let me retract that.
You can approach the pillar if you like. You can get that far.
is Monica still on Aldonis's back?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then yeah, we're gonna get within. Hang on. What does this do again? Can I get within 80 feet of the dragon pillar?
Easily. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're already within 80 feet. You're
Okay. Great.
25 feet away.
Then I'm just gonna huff to Monica and say, pillar, and stay where I'm at, I guess, because I have a plan.
All right. That's good. Sailix,
Yeah.
you've been burned, almost alive.
Ugh.
This orange crystal in the base of the dragon pillar fired at you. It looks to have its eyes on you still. What do you do?
I'm not blinded this time, am I?
No, you're not. It's just pure acid.
That's great.
Perhaps they all do different things, right?
Yeah. I seriously don't got time for this shit. I'm going to. Let's see.
And you notice these crocodile people, these
Right.
Bolokos. They're closing in on your location. But every time you take your eyes off of them, they seem to vanish. They use cover uncannily well.
That's
You know,
horrifying.
yeah, and you don't know if there's maybe 30 of them, maybe there's only 4 of them.
Great.
But the way that they pop out and disappear, you feel no comfort here.
Yeah, is there like cover to be had away from the acid pillar that it's burning the hell out of me?
Yes, you can get cover behind a tree if you'd like. You're 1 move action away from cover.
Is
Here
it
we go.
the one like right behind me? Oh, okay, there we go.
That one, or you could get behind the one behind you if you want. Just duck behind.
Yeah, I'm going to throw Divine Lance at the pillar and then attempt for cover behind the tree.
Excellent. Keeo, my kobold friend.
So I'm looking at a very small version of the map. Can you
Right.
point out what all the action is?
Yes.
And that there's an open
fif-
picture of a dude coming out of a bush.
Yeah. So 15 feet away from you, there is a pillar that is spewing acid at your rescuers. It looks to kill all of you, and there's also crocodile people even beyond them. If you were to go further south, your nearest enemy would be the pillar, but if you wanted, you could go further to try to engage the combatants that are closing in on you.
What is the pillar made out of?
Wood, brass, some gems. It's the kind of thing you feel like you could destroy.
Would he have had experience with it at the mine?
Yes, there was one at the mine. You know, it's
Okay.
just made of just wood and refined metals.
So seeing this and seeing he looks at his the hurt, injured, in pain. Then he looks up at the pillar like in shock. And then he looks at the whatever club in his hand and kind of gets a wry smile and just runs up to the pillar just to crack the hell out of it.
All right. Let me do that. Reika. Well, oh no. Okay, so she's okay. Let's describe this attack. Because it's I'm pretty sure it's going to hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Describe your swing here.
I don't know what else to say other than it's like he's swinging a pickaxe like someone would a baseball bat. He just has generations of anger built up in his swing, just steps into it and just clobbers the hell out of it.
Perfect. You hear a crack form down the center of it, like a wave of pressure. You could feel the leaves nearby shake. Reka, you're on your feet in shallow water. The Growlodon is ready to grab you at any second, and that's a fight you might lose with the way that it thrashes about. So how do you react in this situation?
Okay.
Because and I will remind you, Vaz is in fetal position underwater. So there is that.
Oh boy. Okay. So let me check some stuff first. I guess. So I guess with one action, I would, move Vaz to a place where she can breathe.
Right.
As much ideally like on the bank, but again, like whatever you're down with for action. And then the other action would be to try to speak to animals and get them to calm down.
You do know about Growlodons
Okay.
from earlier at the attack on the Citadel. They do understand Draconic.
Okay.
So if you speak in Draconic, or you can speak to animals, it's up to you. Yeah, it will hear you intelligently.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna try that. So yeah, basically just lift her out of the water.
Yep.
And just horse whisper here of if it's game you seek, I can find you tastier prey. This one is mine.
Did Reka get her haste action?
Oh no, so you have another action or two.
Okay.
I think you only used 2 actions. You spoke and you moved. Yep.
And
you can draw your weapon. I mean.
Yeah, I probably will do that and raise my shield, or can I hold?
You can hold. Yep, hold for an attack. Hold for strike.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Monica, so what's your plan?
So Keeo is up by the dragon pillar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, he's charged it.
So I will yell in Draconic to duck, and I will hurl the pouch of the anti-magic bomb stuff.
Perfect.
that Rune gave us with
Yep.
my halfling sling staff.
Love it.
See how this works.
That's gonna be a no. That's gonna be a critical miss.
No.
All right, Keeo, I'm making a reflex save for you because
Can I use a hero point? Because I
yes,
really
you can.
want that to work. I'm gonna spend the hero point and do it again.
May the odds be in your
fuck, that's a
no.
Fuck, I'm sorry.
That's okay. He has a lot of health. He'll be fine.
I did
Keeo,
warn
you
him.
dodge it like a pro, but you think the halfling's out to kill you. Just
I yelled duck.
In your language.
Your language.
All right. What else would you like to do?
I'm gonna feel really bad about that, and
That is an action.
Yes, that is an action, and look at Rune and go, got any more? And that is the rest of my action.
So Rune, what do you do?
Oh, all right. So Rune is going to look at the Growlodon situation, and he's going to toss, using the reach metamagic sleep on the Growlodon.
Okay. It succeeds.
It does. That's all I got.
All right. The Bolokos move up. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Sailix, you're being charged.
Awesome.
2 of them
I love
moving
it.
towards you as you rest for cover behind the tree. Keeo seemed to pick up where you left off, but he didn't seem to put any consideration into covering for you, because now you're fighting for your life again. And Reika, you notice one of these locos has sought after Vaz, and now is managing to carry her off. Hasn't gotten far yet, but about 10 feet.
Wait, he got Vaz?
One of them, yeah, he seemed to beeline straight for her.
Shouldn't I get an attack of opportunity?
I think you do have an attack of opportunity.
I'm gonna punch the shit out of that
with
thing.
your gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's a critical miss.
Oh,
Can I hero point that?
Yes, you may.
Sailix gonna teach you how to throw a punch.
Wow.
That one's a hit.
Sweet.
All right. It's wounded, and it screams in pain, but it carries through this mission. It seems set on picking up Vaz, and still manages to clear about 10 feet. But you have an enemy flanking you, so pursuing it might not be your play.
The Gravidon is asleep, right?
It succeeded its save, so it is awake. Speaking of, it attacks.
Well, wait. So it didn't respond to my
So
diplomacy?
you get. No, it doesn't care.
Okay.
It seems bloodthirsty, which you only realize now. You do get your attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Or not your attack of opportunity. You get your prepared action, which will be a strike, which is a critical hit.
Sweet.
Which comes to 15 damage.
Okay.
Describe what you're doing there as this thing charges you.
So I imagine if it's a thing where she has just punched that dude that carried off Vaz, at this point, like, she sees like Sagralodon coming and she's just pissed. So it's just like an uppercut or something like that, like and then I guess if it's able to attack me, I will also use the reaction I get with the feet, the storm thing.
Oh, okay. Storm Retribution, I believe.
Yes.
All right. Which, what does that do?
You lash out. Let's see. So, oh, it has to be critically hit. So never mind.
Oh, okay. So it attacks you with jaws. The first one, a miss. The second one, no dice, just as well. And then a slap of the tail takes you by surprise. That one's a hit. Bludgeoning damage. You're a bit disoriented right now. You weren't expecting that. And as this is happening, the Boloko is just finally vanished out of your sight with Vaz, which might be anxiety-inducing, to say the least. And the pillar is prepared to strike again, but this time it has a vendetta against the one trying to disable it. Monica.
Not again.
A beam from the eye staring. That's a critical hit.
Oh my god!
Of course
Ian's
it is.
trying to kill us today.
Yeah.
Make a basic reflex save for this damage.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to remember.
Reika, you got a hero point back, by the way, from chat.
Thank you.
That is a critical success, but because it was a critical hit, what it does is it reduces your save by 1 degree. So it was a regular success. So you take, you're going to take half damage, which is 11 points of acid.
Okay.
It's better than
Being
23.
blind, right?
I'm fine. Everything is fine.
Aldonis.
Aldonis is going to now help friend Sailix and attack this one here.
Right.
Um,
Perfect. Moving in from the other side of the tree.
Yeah. And so he's going to try to do so he wants to knock it down. So, and I think that's with the jaws attack. Like if he makes a successful attack, then he can knock it down. Is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So let's do that. Are you kidding me?
What?
And that one's a miss. You have 1 action left, though.
But do it again. Much better.
Ooh. That's promising, but it's also a miss.
He would do extra damage if he got an attack, but shit.
Well, you've given Sailix a bit of a break.
Yeah.
How do you use this time?
Me?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, so the guy that's right next to me, diagonally.
Yep.
I'm going to smack him.
With a sharp weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be a stab. That's a hit.
All right.
That's a smash hit. Roll damage.
Get it, Sailix.
Excellent. A jab into the leg, or a bit more of a slash. Actually, you see the tissue. It's sort of like string cheese a little bit, just kind of coming off the leg. But he's still stable, and still poses a threat.
I will attack him again.
Excellent. Use that momentum to your advantage. That's money. Okay.
All right.
Roll damage. Wonderful. He's dead.
All right.
You have bisected him. He falls to the ground. His friend's still standing. If you could read the face of a crocodile man, you would probably know that he's quite scared. But
can I use my third action for
intimidating glare or something like that?
Intimidating glare, and as I do it, like he kind of peeks out from the side of Adonis and just points his sword and like gestures like he's next.
Perfect. Reika, you have a decision to make. You can pursue this Growlodon or Vaz. There's now quite a bit of distance between them.
The Growlodon is also fleeing?
No, it's engaging with you, but you don't know how much longer you have before you lose sight of Vaz. As she disappears into the swamp.
All right. I guess I would yell, "Running after Voss!" and then run after Voss.
All right.
If I can use an action to disengage, that would be great. If I can't, then
Well, you can use the haste action to stride.
Yep, and you
Okay.
still have 3
Free
actions.
movement, basically.
If not for Rune's haste, you might not have caught up. But briskly, you clear this small hill and find this Buloko dragging Vaz. He's much too small to carry her. But you've caught up. You can attack if you would like.
Is he within melee range?
Yeah, he is.
I'm gonna punch him.
The Cinderclaw Gauntlet, smoking. That is a critical hit. Natural 20.
Yes.
You have you have 2 more actions. Are you just gonna clobber this guy? Use that momentum?
How bad does he look?
He looks all right.
He looks all right.
Yep.
Okay.
You brought him to a knee, but he's trying to get back up.
All right. Let me think. Let me think. Yeah, I guess I will just keep wailing on him. Did I get another crit?
You got 1 hit and 1 miss. He's
Okay.
looking rough now.
Okay.
Yeah, he falls to his knees, splashing into the water. Vaz still on his shoulder, almost falling over though. She has a panicked expression, obviously, because her life is in the hands of several different people right now, and she keeps almost falling in the water and drowning.
Yeah.
Several of these people don't
So your
really
3
care.
actions to attack
Okay.
are done. He
Sweet.
looks almost dead, but it's not. The jury's still out. Monica.
Okay, so this is the exact thing that Monica has always wanted, like since dreaming of what Aldonis was going to be like when he was grown up. And he's run into battle and she's on his back. And so she's going to jump off of his back and stab down at the guy that she missed, or that Aldonis missed.
Perfect. Okay. The guy Aldonis missed. Okay, yeah, go ahead. And Keeo,
Come on.
you are doing battle with your enemy, which is effectively a giant dragon totem pole. You have another chance. You feel like your bat is about to shatter, though, so you have to be careful. Don't go 100%. But break this thing and maybe take a piece of it. Use that as your weapon. Is that what you would like to do?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
He's happy if it shatters that plank of wood. He's got so much pent up rage.
Your first swing and your best swing is a hit. You plan on getting more in. It's injured. You start to see it crack. The metal on top wearing out. Some of its pieces are falling off. Your second hit is perfect. The sound, it sounded like a home run. But you have 1/3 final hit. See if you can break it in one go. And it's a miss. It shatters. Your bat shatters and your knuckles actually crash into the pillar, smashing against the stone. You're without a weapon, and you realize that some of these Bolokos are closing in on you. You're left with just your fists and multiple enemies. Rune.
So my attacks.
Oh, yes.
Were 15, 18, and 20.
15, 18, 20. All 3 are misses.
Are you serious?
As this thing parries your strikes with a spear.
I am going to give it an intimidating glare. And that's all I can do.
Rune.
So unlike the younger Rune of level 1 days, he does begin to cast, but the arcane symbols that used to form around a spell appearing anymore, as he sort of just reaches in the air and pulls, and reality sort of wraps around his fingers as electricity begins to form in his hands. As he snaps his fingers, as 2 arcs cross over to 2 of the attacking creatures. Arc.
Excellent. It would split to move around the tree. If we're talking about the one the most nearby, first one fails to save.
Both failed.
Oh yes, you're correct. You can roll your damage. Actually, one of them's already dead. It's going to be the further one attacking Keeo.
damage to each of them if it didn't.
Perfect. Yep. Now, you have any other actions?
No, that's about all I can do.
You're still on the raft.
Oh, that's
Correct.
fine. As long as it's not moving, he's fine.
Yep. It is stationary. These Belocos move in. Keeo, you're attacked by one of them. You notice as a spear strikes you. It is a hit. You couldn't react in time. You're pierced. You don't feel good, but this is a Monday for you basically. You can shrug it off so far, but it could get worse pretty quickly, because these aren't warning strikes. He's going in for a kill here. Right, Monica. This little piggy's upset at you. It drops the spear and moves in for a draw attack, but it's a critical miss. You can make another attack if you'd like.
Oh, you bet I
You've got
will.
close range.
Oh, you bet I will.
You know how to plant a dagger inside of someone's mouth.
Mm-hmm. Please tell me
21.
that hit.
That's a hit.
Finally.
Make battle with your enemy.
I stab it in the jaw that's opening up.
Excellent.
He now has a
he
toothache.
screams in a rage. He can no longer use his jaw, so he will pick up the spear again and get one attack with it. To you, it is a hit.
Of course it is. Is it? My AC is 24.
Oh, wait a second. Just targeted the wrong person. It is a miss. I'll refund you your 6 points.
Thank you.
And the pillars activated once again. Sailix, you're no longer in the line of sight. But Reika, it notices you.
Oh, poor Reika.
No.
It seems to see all around. And it fires. Just as you were gaining momentum. Is that really? All right. I'm gonna make a reflex save for you, Reika.
Okay.
As you're taken by surprise by this entirely. This wasn't your fight. You didn't even know this thing was here, actually, as a matter of fact.
Was a bit distracted by the crocodile dragon.
Right, and the crocodile people and the crocodile land.
How much did it hit for?
It's going to that is a failure, so you're taking 6d6.
Okay.
66, 25 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
You're not at half. You're above it. You're doing okay, but you might need to put something between you and that pillar, or you won't be soon.
Yeah.
What kind of damage was that?
Acid damage. Aldonis.
I am thrilled by Mama Monica's success and will follow up by trying to chomp on this stupid shirt bag. Mama told me I shouldn't be cursing.
Sailix, you're next. First one's a miss.
And I am sucking.
Second one doesn't land. You're paired by spear.
Oh.
Well,
Hero point.
Yeah, I'll buy Aldonis a hero point.
Thank you. There we go. Nope, that's still not enough.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Spoloko's clever. It's managed to evade or parry physical attacks.
I'm sure it feels real good about himself.
It does for now, doesn't it? And Sailix, you feel good, but you need an enemy.
This.
You can leap out of this if you'd like and move towards the pillar, perhaps something bigger.
Right. See, like, did
Yeah.
I see it fire at Reika?
You've been hearing it fire. You hear the snap and the screams as it's landed on other people, including Monica. You know it's going off. Yeah.
Right.
Sounds like firework.
Sailix just assumes that Monica and Aldonis have this one under control.
Right. You can jump clear over all three of these people if
Yeah.
you'd like.
So jump here. Move here. And I want to attack the pillar.
Perfect.
Attack it like you got that fly.
Are you swinging at the gem?
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. Please. Oh.
That's a miss.
Can I
Your
use
sword.
a hero point?
Bounces off. Do you have a hero point?
I do, because I started with one, and then
Oh, yes.
she
may.
Spence bought me one.
Yeah.
I just bought one for Spence.
Thanks.
All right. Please.
Use those channel points, people.
Please. That hit?
That's a critical success.
All right.
Hey.
Take this damage.
Go ahead and roll damage. As you fly in from above. This is gravity-defying movement here. As you soar up and land, you just absolutely shatter the gem. Probably to Rune's sorrow. It bursts, but no magic energy, nothing. Just a bit of a whimper.
So as he comes down and he like stabs it, he like kind of pulls his like as he's pulling his sword out, and he's like turns around, looks at the remaining thing, and he's like goes Ray says hello.
Ooh. Keeo, what Sailix doesn't know in his pride is that one of these creatures is moving up towards him, making an attack at him, trying to stab him in the neck with a spear. Before he has a chance to react, you can intervene if you'd like to attack the nearby Boloko that has taken Sailix by surprise.
I need to. Yeah, I guess I'll just do an unarmed attack.
Right.
It's either that or grapple him. I don't have good histories with grappling.
Yeah, we'll allow this as well. So the first one's a miss. Your swing doesn't land. He manages to dodge, but he's lining up again for an attack on Sailix anyway. Would you like to try to grapple him or strike?
I'm gonna try to grapple him.
All right.
At least keep his attention.
You've tried to grab him, but he's with 2 hands on the spear. He pushes you back. You have 1 action left.
I'll give Keeo a hero point if he wants to use it.
Yeah, I'll use it, and I will try to grapple again.
Perfect.
Can do even worse.
He'll need it for that one. And it's also a miss.
Oh, the dice
Clashing
just
with
hate
this
us.
thing.
The dice want revenge over how quickly we took care of the other thing.
They certainly do.
Mhm.
Reika, seems you're almost flanked at this point. The pillar wants you dead, or at least it did. It doesn't look active anymore. And your objective is right before you. What do you do?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah, sorry. The thing that had kidnapped Vaz is almost dead, right?
Yeah, it's nearly dead.
Okay. I wanna punch it.
Perfect. Are you punching it to kill?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
leveraging
like, why would I not? No.
leveraging your body weight, the punch is powerful enough, and his head large enough that a crack of the neck is heard and it falls in the water. Voz manages to struggle just enough to get her head out of the water, and you can pick her up if you'd like.
Okay. I would. I still have my hand on the rope, right?
You can grab the rope now.
Okay. So I will do that. And then can I cast Shatter on the pillar?
Yes, you may.
Excellent.
That's enough to make the strongest piece, the head.
Like, yeah, the
to-
thing that's.
Yep, to break, shatters into pieces, and it looks mundane from the inside. Truly, just a religious symbol. Everything of power is held within the gem, which seems to have been destroyed, as far as you can tell. Monica, there's one enemy left, and it approaches Sailix.
Oh wait, did I kill the one that's in front of me?
No, but he's on the ground. He's heavily wounded.
Okay. So I will instruct Aldonis to stand on him.
Oh,
and
okay.
that way he can't get up.
Right.
And I will go over here and try to be as epic as Sailix was, because he looked super cool when he took down
Truly a moment.
It was like, I imagine there will be fan art about that, if fan art existed in this time. So she will do a running leap and stab down with both of her daggers.
All right. That'd be 2 attacks. The first one is a miss, but the second one's a hit.
Yeah. It's not a lot, but it's something.
It's still up. Rune, you might notice the slimy one just refuses to die. What do you do?
All right. Smell of ozone remains after his initial electric arc as he begins to pull from it, casting another spell. His hand and entire forearm light up with electricity as he slams his hand into the water, watching a line crawl across the top of the swamp, crossing over the land and hitting the target right in front of Monica. Shocking grasp.
It hits.
My hair stands on end as it goes by.
And as he falls, he manages to barely pull himself up using his long spear. Blood coming out of his large mouth. This thing looked angry before, and it looks angry on a good day, but now it's just pissed. It's going to attempt a retreat, a withdrawal as an action.
I get an attack of opportunity, sir.
Go ahead.
Do I also get that or no?
That's a critical hit.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll roll damage real quick.
Yeah, so it's safe to say you've got him.
All right.
And what do you do to him?
So as he like goes to turn around, Sailix just kind of like wing like with his sword that's like on the floor from breaking the gem. He just kind of spins around on like with his hip and slices upwards, like completely just going to sever the neck from the shoulders.
Because the battle has mostly been over, and it's quite quiet now. All you hear is the sound of a head landing in water with just a large splash. Everything seems calm, but not everything was killed. If you look around, you notice the Growlodon's gone. Out of sight. It's moved back deep into the water somewhere. If you want to look for it, you can, but perhaps it's just the time to leave.
Yeah, Sailix is gonna call for Rhaegar, trying to find out where she's at.
Go ahead, call for her.
Rhaegar, where are you? As he kind of steps up.
Emerging from thick brush on a small dry patch of land.
Whew, you've looked better.
Such a charmer.
So I'm gonna say basically that she has like she has Vaz slung over her shoulder looking like kind of annoyed. And Vaz is sporting the latest trend in asymmetrical avant-garde bob.
I love it.
Slightly frayed edges, very, very cutting edge, one could say. But so did they see, or I guess would I know from where they are, if they had seen the big dragon thing that had attacked me?
You can ask them if they saw it. I don't think they did though.
Okay. So I guess I would be like, there was a it was a Growlodon, right? That's what it's called?
Yep.
There was a Growlodon. It was annoying. It is still alive. And
can I do a nature medicine and try to heal Rika a little bit?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's a medicine check.
Oz looks absolutely shook right now. You guys have about one raft. You're standing over the ruins of yet another dragon pillar, which is promising because these things largely have been holding the Akuje back. But now that you've regrouped and the threat is eliminated,
can I scoop up the shards of the shattered thing and just kind of like hand them the room like, here?
Yeah. Pile of shards. Looks like shattered hard candy.
What do we know about the dudes that attacked us here? They're not Cinderclaws, right?
Keeo, you can actually answer this question. You know them to be Cinderclaws. Cinderclaws are made up of many of the jungle races, each corrupted by a lust for power. And these Bolokos happen to be one of them. So you'd know as a kobold, these people are not innocent, and they're part of the slavers.
Yeah, and so Keeo just kind of shakes his head and just thinks back to all the injustices suffered when he was a slave, and he says, these people, they enslaved us. I'm happy to see them dead.
These are Cinderclaws.
They are Cinderclaws.
I feel like Reiko would just like spit on the word Cinderclaw before like just glaring at Foz. They were specifically after her. I would like to know why. And she would look at Rune. Is there a safe way to ask?
Well, maybe it's because they were in the mood for some stuck-up bitch stew.
Well, they were keeping her for a reason, weren't they?
I mean, she was
working with them.
She was working with them before. So something has changed between then and now. Unless she was doing so under duress. And again, I feel like she would just give, like, Vaz the biggest side eye.
She'll give you the smile eyes, because her face is covered.
Gonna learn anything standing here right now. We should just move on.
Makes a good point. He's the one on the raft. But I don't think all 8 of you can fit on a raft. Or 7 of you can fit on a raft. Some of you are going to have to walk. Or perhaps the ones of you that can make haste, you could catch up with the kobold, get them to stop. Any ideas?
I'll get on Aldonis's back and have him carry me.
Sailix first will rifle through some of the bodies of these crocodile people.
Perfect.
Is there anything first off? Are there any weapons?
They have spears, but
He'll
what are those?
He'll take a spear and he'll throw it to Keeo and be like, "It's better
Perfect.
than using your hands."
Also, how is the party hit point wise?
I think you are the one that's worst hurt.
I could use some attention.
Okay. So Ian, since I
Yes.
have ward medic, can I do treat wounds on myself and Sailix?
Yes.
And you should probably heal up Keeo.
What are the
he's
dice
hit
on
pretty
that?
good.
I can only do 2. It's just the medicine check or whatever. Let's see. You can attempt a D. It's medicine check is usually DC 15. The GM might adjust it based on the circumstances. I am
You get a
not
critical success and a regular success.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I did roll earlier for my nature medicine.
Yep.
I don't know how that works because it doesn't tell me how much it heals if I succeed, but
So you just
I
use it
got
in lieu of a heal check. Okay, yeah, and I think it's
I got a 23, so.
all right. It's 2d8. Who are you healing?
Okay. I was healing Reika when she showed up.
Gotcha.
All
Okay.
to shit.
And yeah, Ian, 2d8 for success, 4d8 for crit success.
All right. So
Rune will be taking this time to call forth his phantom.
You cut out.
yeah, you cut out a bit.
Sorry. Rune will be summoning his phantom steed, which can ride along water.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Fancy.
Look at that.
High class.
This Sailix gets getting on the raft, like covered in Reika's spit again. He's like, one day I'm gonna get me one of those.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah.
You managed to catch up. Kobolds don't flee, at least not that fast. And they're happy to see you. Your raft joins the other 5, and you make your way. It's calm for a few more hours, but you're in bad territory. You always have to keep an eye out. Sailix, are you on guard mode now?
Yes.
Yeah, no longer a tourist, right? Make a perception check for me.
This guy.
And here's another wrench. Reika, that familiar place is coming up soon. In fact, you can see it. Just a few hundred feet out. We've proven only this morning that it's dangerous to travel in these lands, especially when your small army is half incapable due to sickness. Are you going to stop?
I guess she would look at the group and be like, that place over there, it is calling to me, and I wonder if there could be some sort of clue to help us fight whatever.
Is it higher ground?
If I may.
It is up on a hill. At least the trail is.
Okay.
Reika, we have Vaz, who you want to talk to, and apparently a Cinderclaw cult trying very hard to get her back. I don't think it's wise going into some unknown area, given our current situation, to hunt down something we're not even sure what we're looking for. I know we agreed to go to this place, but given Vaz's arrival, I think we should go right now.
It's possible, though. Again, the Cinderclaws wiped out my tribe for a reason, right? And if this place is connected to that, maybe there's some sort of weapon or something. I don't know. I can't help but feel like it's important.
I have no doubt it's important to you and trying to get answers. The question is it important enough to risk the current situation?
I mean, again, if like you've seen how the accusé talk about me, and you've heard the things that they said, and I just think that it is bigger than just my own personal desires. I would not ask if I didn't think that it could be something worthwhile, something to help us in this fight and these foes that we face.
Said my piece. I'll leave it to everyone else.
If it is, if it'll weigh on your mind and take you focus from upcoming battles, then we should eliminate its existence now and help you focus for later.
I could scout it.
It's not a bad idea. Let's do that then, because some of us are going to be a bit slower anyway. And then if there isn't, an ambush site or something to that effect, then perhaps we can use it as a space to temporarily recover before we go to the next objective.
Okay. So we're joined up with the rest of the kobolds, right?
Yep.
Can I have the director turn me invisible?
Yes.
Okay. And
But the range is limited. He'll have
Oh.
to travel with you
That's fine. We're both sneaky.
moderately. So yeah, as the docks approach, you stop. There is that boat is still there. You hit your rafts and mobilize as you guys get out, but not traveling upwards, just in preparation. Monica and the director travels forwards, the halfling and the gnome, to scout out what's on the top of the hill. And you could probably get within a few hundred feet of the ruined temple that you see on the very top of this hill. It's quite windy up here, and you don't see anything, but you see a man in green clothes, long blonde hair, some strange weapon in his hands, and he's writing something on a piece of paper. Looks like there might even be a desk somewhere there. It's quite out of place. A scholar, perhaps.
Does he look at all familiar?
Not to you.
Ah.
No.
Because in my brain, I'm going, did I meet somebody that met that description, or do I know that somebody else might have had?
Just playing to your paranoia.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he certainly can't see you. You're invisible. So do you approach him, or do you head back to the group?
I will have the director hang back, and I will sneak up behind him and peek over his shoulder.
Interesting. Okay. He's writing notes about. So actually, I'm going to just still check from you for sound, because there's a. Excellent. He's writing notes, something about the site, but you can't peek over his shoulder. You can only peek under his shoulder.
Oh, that's right, because I'm super short.
So
all right, so
you don't know what he's talking. Yeah.
But I'll take note of that, and then I will quietly
And you
go
see
back.
him also lay a rabbit in a cage, a handmade cage. It's like wicker, and he sets it down in the middle of these ruins. The ruins are quite sprawling, actually, crumbling like alabaster stone, and he just writes something else down, kicks it, and watches the rabbit move around just a bit. Just kicks the cage, not the rabbit. It's okay. Maybe he's a trapper. You don't know. It's interesting. He's got a weird set of facial hair and spectacles on.
Okay, I'll go back to the group and be like, "Hey, there's a guy with blonde hair, and he's it's long blonde hair. He's writing notes. He's got a rabbit in a cage, and he's like doing some kind of observation."
Ian, is there a chance that Keeo would know anything about that?
No, this is definitely an outsider to you. This is alien.
And the description doesn't sound familiar to anybody else. I look at Vaz.
She can't talk, so she'll shrug.
I will put a writing utensil in her hand and like something to write on in front of her, and then hold the rope and glare.
So she'll hold it long enough without doing anything for you to realize that she needs a question to answer.
Do you know anything about somebody being at these ruins?
She writes yes in horrendous handwriting.
Who or what are they?
She'll write, he knows where he is. And look at you, Reika.
Oh.
Is this what we talked about earlier?
She nods.
Can I kill her now? I whisper to Rune.
Getting Rune's permission for it.
Why not? We both want to.
What aren't you telling me about him? Because understand, you are just as likely to die or face a fate far worse than we can imagine if you do not give us all the information we need.
She's going to throw the pen in the water.
Sailix is gonna throw her face back in the water.
Really?
Yeah.
All right,
ahead.
Reika, are you going to stop him?
I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, she watches it happen and it's like, oh no, that's so horrible. Okay, Sailix.
We're terrible, terrible people.
Yeah, just like, oh, that's really terrible. No, you monster.
Sailix.
What did you talk to her about? What were you referencing?
She had said that.
You guys hear a gunshot from up on the hill.
The fuck?
But maybe you
What?
understand it to be an explosion. A loud pop. Rune, you know the sound of a blunderbuss going off. I don't know if the rest of you do. Sailix, you do. You remember seeing it. And Reika, as a pirate. Monica, Keeo, you have no idea what you just heard. Birds scatter, but that loud sound can't be explained. You know where it's coming from, though. Monica, you didn't think that was that strange weapon in his hand, huh?
Wait, what?
You say a blunderbuss?
What's a blunderbuss?
Like a muskety gun
It's a,
steampunk thing.
It
it's
looks
like any
Like a-
fireball shooter.
like a horn with a trigger.
Oh, did I see
That's
that?
not a bad idea. Yeah,
You didn't see that.
that's good description.
I did.
But it's, yeah. But you didn't recognize what it
I-
was.
I did. So is that what made that noise?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's weird. And oh god, the
Hmm.
poor rabbit.
Sailix will look around and be like, so has anybody ever asked Vaz who she works for?
Yeah.
Told you, Norberger.
No, I mean like she's gotta have other people. Norberger
She's
was
also
in-
associated with the Scarlet Triad and
Well,
Okay. So was the blunderbuss sound coming from the hill, or that
Yes.
the
Yeah,
dude
from
is
the
from?
top of the
Okay.
hill where the temple is.
I feel like Rika would just sort of drag Vaz with her, like by the collar.
Up the steps. Yep.
Yeah. And then look to the rest of the party and say, he might be the last remaining member of my tribe. And
he
just
was
stomp up.
definitely not part of
He was
your.
a human.
And just sighs. I cannot. This is ridiculous. As he just starts tromping off after her.
Sailix will like walk up with her and he's like, just a heavy sigh as he's just like,
Chewing on a stick.
yeah, he found a stick and like he's like,
Director, watch the raft, I guess.
Oh, lizards.
Keeo, you want to come? I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
By the way, hi, I'm Monica. It's nice to meet you. You did awesome work with
Mm.
the smashing. I'm saying this all in Draconic to you.
And he responds in Draconic. Many years. It's been many years brewing inside.
You're gonna like what I set up at your tribe's encampment because there's like there's a still. It makes really clean, tasty water.
Here's another shot. About halfway through. It takes you a few minutes to get there, but it falls silent for the last half of your trip. As you arrive at these ruins, it seems it's crumbled to the ground. This thing could have been a cathedral, and you wouldn't know it because it's just piles of stones now. Some structure left to it, riddled with holes, though. As you guys finally arrive, I'm gonna make perception checks for you all. Who spawns it first? That'd be Rune. You notice, just north of you, there's a man that fits the description. He's hiding behind a wall with his gun out. Foot on a rock. He definitely looks like the scholarly type. Unbearably so, though.
That is some stash.
This guy looks like a bag of dicks.
Wide grin on his face. What do you do?
Come in peace. Please put it down.
Oh, he looks at you and screams, "Get down!" And I need you to make a reflex save, Rune.
Oh, shit.
Hit the deck. Got a hero point if you need it.
Interesting.
I'll take this one as it comes. I'm good.
Oh God. R.I.P. Rune.
So where is he at on the map?
I got one eye to
Does he have a
spare.
token?
He is. I don't have a good way to represent him, so I'm just going to put.
Is there a mustache token?
I really wish there were. This boar looks like he's got a mustache, so we'll just use that as the token. Right there. That's where he is.
All
He
right.
looks like that. I get those vibes. So Rune, your reflex save.
Would have been better.
It's success for half damage.
All right.
From the center, there's a wide circular, almost looks like a tower that was at the center of this temple, riddled with holes, and one more hole emerges. as a beam of fire pokes out. Just behind it, you guys see a dragon pillar. Looks recently active. A pillar of smoke coming out of it, much more intensely than the rest that you've seen.
Do you have any more of those little anti-bomb thingies?
Rune, you take 10 points of fire damage.
God damn.
And he managed to alert you properly.
It's fair.
But yeah, the spread's just too much. We're gonna do initiative.
All right.
He calls for you guys to come over to get cover. Rune, you're first in initiative. Go you. What do you do?
Holy shit. Can Rune see the pillar at this point, nice and clear like?
Yeah, you can see it through the hole, but you don't have a great shot.
I just need to see it.
Yep.
Oh, and apparently get closer. Crap. All right.
I'd imagine cover is a priority.
A little bit, yeah. Possible to squeeze through that space there?
Yep. Perfect. Imagine it doesn't see you. What else do you do? And Reka, you're next.
Rune will be calling on Laylee, his go-to initial volley. This time he'll grasp at his staff, begin casting. The words sound familiar to those who have heard them before as arcs of electricity spiral down the staff and head in the direction of the pillar. Guessing that's a hit.
That is a hit.
Nice. Whoo! That damage though.
Perfect. Crackling. Some of these walls even burst out. The pressure's too much for these crumbling ruins.
Oh,
What else do you do?
awesome.
Do you do anything else?
Just hiding.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Reka. Lucky for you, you're in some sort of cover. You think it's enough, but you'd have to stay here, and I don't think you want to do that.
Okay. So we have Okay, so the pillar's over there, but that's the only visible threat, right?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I will try to hit it with a lightning bolt.
Okay. We'll roll that for you. Keeo, what would you like to do? You're a sitting duck. You're out in the open, so you
For
have
sure.
to move to avoid being attacked.
Gotta get cover. I am going to. I guess I'm going to kind of head in that direction towards Rune. Through this, try to go through that same little crack in the wall,
Please throw it. It's
Like
a great idea.
in between the wall and that bush on the other side of it,
Right.
and then just have that be the end of my turn.
Okay. And you'll notice the cover that you found is destroyed. Reka, you critically failed the lightning bolt, shattering the nearby barricade, turning it into dust. The three
Oh
of you are in the
no,
open
could
again.
I think I
does
had
Rune
a
see his wall
hero
just
point.
disappear?
Do you
I
have a
think
hero
I
point?
had a from chat. I got one. Because Spence had bought me
Yeah,
one.
she got one earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, can I use that?
Let's give it another go.
Also, I have the power of my animal familiar now.
All right. So that's just a normal failure.
Okay,
Aw.
that's
You have-
much better than
Yeah.
walking over Arun.
Monica, you're only on the steps here. This stranger was urging you to come to him instead of away from him, but the party disagreed. How about you?
Everybody's over there, and Reka just burned that cover, so I'm gonna go.
No, I did
the
not
cover's
burn
fine.
the cover.
Oh,
It's fine.
well, I'm still gonna go over this way. Because Monica trusts everybody at first sight.
That's a shame.
Especially with that giant mustache. She's very.
That's
It reminds her of home a little bit.
Yeah,
It reminds her of home a little bit.
definitely not from here.
Yeah.
Sailix, what about you? I don't think you trust mustaches as much.
No, I don't.
You wouldn't let him into your city. That's for sure.
He's definitely not. So the rocks on the ground, are those difficult terrain?
Not the ones nearby, but further in, yes.
All right, so like the ones like around the circle that surround the tower, or
Yeah.
okay. Well then, I guess Sailix is going to join the party over here. Or I'll pop up right here. And then I want to cast Forbidding Ward on Keeo to hopefully help him out if he gets too close to hot fire.
Right.
I don't know if that's how you do it or not.
Vaz is with Reka, by the way. I imagine you're still carrying her, dragging her into the cover.
Yeah, just leave her ass out there.
Forbidding Ward. Excellent. And it sounds like for a couple seconds, the thing doesn't fire. You can hear it searching, the hum. Latent energy. Yep. Aldonis can move to join. Rune, take point. What's the plan here? Gotta think fast.
He's gonna take one of the two leftover bags of dispel magic caltrops.
Perfect.
And wing it with telekinetic projectile.
Perfect.
So everyone nearby hears that very familiar. Vroom.
Preparing
I would like
a
to
bag of
hero point that.
All right.
Nice. Fair.
That one's a hit.
That's better. Well, the base damage to it is at least.
Well, I'll tell you, it destroys it. The invention, genius enough that it only takes one hit. You hear it shatter, and the pillar, 40 feet tall, this one falls over, toppling half of this tower, bringing it further into ruin. The threat's eliminated.
Hi, I'm Monica. How are you? What's your name?
And he's going to walk right past you with an awkward smile, but he'll continue. And he'll inspect the damage, curling his mustache a bit. Well, what have you done?
Solved a problem.
It wasn't a problem until you arrived, good sir.
And which is why we solved it.
Who are you?
I asked that too, and he just ignored me.
My name is Gerald Pendergast.
Gerald Pendergast. No.
Oh, this is my project. You can skirt. Wait a second. He looks at Reka, but just past Reka, to Vaz. Right. Well, I assume you're here to let my friend go.
I assume you're here to be wrong, because you are.
That would be correct.
You know Vaz.
Well, she's helped me secure this location for my research.
What are you
Something
researching?
I'd much like to get back to with her.
I feel like Reika would just like look at Vaz with just the complete look of disappointment and like be like, well, now I have to kill you.
So yeah, where are you guys? Are you moving in on him? He's sort of in the middle here.
When he started approaching Reka, Sailix would have stepped up next to her.
Okay. Reika, do you move up as well? Up the steps into the middle of.
Reika is like, you know, like keeping her eyes, like especially as once this dude says my friend, like that hand is tight on that rope, like.
Right. Yeah, Sailix stepping up as well.
Yeah.
So, he seems friendly
Ian,
enough. He doesn't have the intimidating nature that you expect with Vaz.
Isn't like four out of the 5 or 6 members of the party like covered in blood right now?
Yeah.
I'm covered in acid burns, so there's
Reika
that.
is coated in the bones and skins of her enemies.
Right.
So, I mean.
Ian.
Yeah.
I do a social check on Pendergast too.
Yeah.
Really does sound familiar to me, but that might be because of old memories.
Right. Gerald Pendergast.
Similarly, can I do a lore law to know if he has
Society,
any
I'm sorry,
like
society
bounties or
check.
something on him?
Yeah. That you can. He seems upstanding. Could be a ploy.
Can I do it?
Secondly, Rune will look at him and say, "What are you researching exactly?"
Well, for one, you're stepping on it. Look, you notice carvings,
Familiar?
engravings. This place tells a story, but it's been lost with its collapse. It's fallen to nature. There are very tall trees on this hill, and the shedding of the leaves and the fall of the water. This place has been ravaged, but you know underneath is something intricate. Seems to be here studying it, and you do remember him. He was a historian. Quite full of himself, more of an egoist than a historian. And you question some of his work, but it's hard to question it because nobody had the will to follow up on any of it.
I remember you had come to the college. You were a guest speaker.
You'll have to be more specific. I go to many colleges.
Ian, does my legal lore give me anything on him?
Let me roll it real quick. It doesn't.
Okay.
Not involved. At least not in anything high profile like that. In inspecting the place, he says, "Do you have any idea how much work goes into this?"
So I'm gonna just have like the claw of my gauntlet around Vaz's neck, and just be like, "So, your friend here spoke about the Stormcaller tribe. Do you know anything about them?"
His face gets serious. He glares at you, and then cocks his head to the side. And he says, "Huh. She was right. Well. Okay.
About what?
We'll get back to you. What is your name?" He looks at Rune.
Rune Ravenswood.
Right. And what have you done with my chicken?
Chicken?
You look around. There's not one, not two, three cages nearby, each one holding a small animal, but one's missing. The door looks ripped open. It's near you.
Didn't touch a chicken. What else is here?
Oh no. Oh no. Rune, make a reflex save for me.
I
Son of a-
did put in the chat that I had climbed a tree to keep an eye out for enemies since nobody else is paying attention to me.
Yep. It's not enough. The rest of you see Rune pulled into the ruins of that toppled tower where the dragon pillar was. Yanked by the leg. Something bit him, pulled him in to the rubble. The man pulls his weapon again.
You all hear Monica scream.
Let's do initiatives. Monica, what's your first reaction?
Jump out of the tree and run
Right.
toward it.
Interesting. You could probably get all the way there.
Yeah.
But it's a big pile of rubble. That's
but
two actions.
I have sure-footedness, or I have something that makes it. What's it called?
For difficult terrain.
Yeah, I have sure feet.
Right.
And then I want to grab onto Rune and use Titan Wrestler to grapple him.
Right. Rune, you're in great pain. You've been pulled by something. It's trying to pull your leg off, you think. 20 points of damage from this thing. It might only hurt. You can't tell right now if it's helping or hurting that Monica's trying to pull you out, because the tension means that you might lose your leg. Monica, you spot this. It's like a large. You would think maybe like a cobra, but it's much too large, and its head is massive. Keeo, how do you react to this?
He is watching this and he's wondering what the hell he's gotten himself into with this group. He wants to run in there with his spear and try to free Rune.
Excellent.
Like I imagine him just full bore flying in there with the spear.
Yep. And you notice getting a peek at this thing, it's quite sinister looking. Jet black, but with glowing yellow eyes and gnarly teeth digging into Rune. You see blood forming. I'll make that attack for you. What about you, Reika?
So it's basically a thing that is trying to grab Rune.
Yeah, pulling it into the ruins of the tower, the rubble. Keeo, both your attacks miss.
And it still has a hold of him, right?
Yes.
I guess can I try to hit it without letting go of Oz?
You can. You're gonna have to drag her. You'll get one action.
Okay.
The opening's kind of crammed though with Keeo and Monica over there.
Okay. I guess actually then in that case, Rune, how many how are Rune's hit points looking?
Better?
You just know
worse?
that he's heavily injured from probably screaming. His leg might have broken.
Can I use all of my actions to boost up heal? Because I think it becomes an AoE if I add more actions, right?
Yes, I think it does scale up to. Yeah, I will check that. Yeah, I think it does become an area of effect. 30-foot emanation. Yep.
Okay. Then let's do
3d8.
that.
I think it is 3d8.
Cause then that'll get everybody some healing, which will be good.
Right. Yeah, 11 points of healing for.
Yay, I'm healed back to full.
Yeah, and so are you, Sailix. Let's see.
You're welcome, everybody.
Thanks, Rika.
Gracias.
She just like hawks this giant loogie.
God.
It's great.
It's the smell.
It's
Yeah,
like
she
it's
feels
like
the-
a super bubble
alive.
that like just splats all over you.
How
But
about
again,
you, Aldonis?
it opens your pores.
So Aldonis is going to jump over. Oh, I'm trying to move his thing on Twitch and not in Fantasy Ground. I are smart. So Aldonis is going to hop over everybody to the opposite side of Rune and bite down on this thing.
Right. Now we're starting to get a clearer image. Passing through the rubble, seeing this thing. It is actually wrapped around the felled dragon pillar a few times. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. I think you get probably 1.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
It's such an awkward angle. He can't get his jaw right.
Salix, I feel like you're the last person who hasn't seen this thing.
Right. So Sailix hesitates for a moment, not wanting to leave
Right.
Rake out here alone with Mustache.
You are the guard.
So, shit.
She'll just like be like, I'll be fine.
As he's running past them, like Mustache, he just kind of like glares. I can't remember. Mustache is his name now.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
1, 2, 3.
Mr. Mustache. Is that right, Frankie?
But I want to use wall jump to jump off of one of these broken walls and
Perfect.
try to attack
Get
it
on top of this thing.
Try to attack it as I'm coming down with like a downward slash.
With a wall jump, you can scale the tower and land on top of this thing.
All right, yeah.
But you have to decide to do it before you even see it, which is something of a risk because you don't know what it is.
Sure, let's do it.
All right, make an attack roll for me. And now we reveal what we're looking at. The first thing you could describe this as is a dragon without arms or legs. It slithers, it constricts. You hear the sound of the pillar cracking and shattering from the pressure. You are more than glad not to be within its constriction. And it looks long enough that it could wrap all of you up in seconds. So be careful of your footing and go ahead and make your attack roll.
Do you have a token for it or something that I could roll
yes.
on? Oh, that's great. It's so big. All right. Oh, that's
Rune, you're next. And grabbed.
Oh man. The picture just loaded on the street.
It's a miss. But guess what? Maybe it won't grab you. Rune, you feel a lot of pressure. You know that the business end of this thing isn't really the teeth. It's
It's
body.
the rest of the body. Yeah, I get it.
It's pulling you closer with every motion. What do you do? You're prone, by the way.
Yeah, in pure fear and pain and panic, Rune just screams out for Corvus. And seemingly out of nowhere, a bird with a familiar blue tint to its wings appears. Oh, hello, master. Yes, what do you need?
Oh, Oh.
And in a moment's notice, an energy sort of pops from its wings as it flaps, as electricity is arcing over over Corvus's body. I will attempt to recast my third level shocking grasp at this thing.
I love it.
Can I get a target?
Yes.
There we go. Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Oh no, that's no good.
Oh no.
Hold on, I got you.
You better have me with a reflex save, Sailix. Oh, you got the chat points?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take 2, but I actually don't feel pretty good about this, so we'll see how this goes.
Hold on. Oh, why is it? Oh, it's out of stock. Ha! I can't give you any more.
Welcome to hard mode.
We
I love
used
you.
them all so early.
It won't. Yeah, it won't let me give any more hero
Yep.
points.
Yeah, well.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Uh-oh.
Sailix, make a reflex save for me.
Oh, you're the worst.
Who, me?
No.
Sailix.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Oh, don't me. I will end this stream early.
How much damage is shocking grasp?
I hate you all.
Oh God.
I really hope that I didn't just wipe the party, because I'll be very
It's
sad.
this one's pretty damaging.
Right.
Do you want me to just roll the damage?
Yeah.
All right.
Sailix, you'll be fine, right?
Sure.
Before you guys get upset that I potentially
Oh.
have wiped the party,
Oh.
just look at this cute dog.
Oh,
Uh,
Sailix, you could be proud of the fact that you didn't drop your weapon, but I don't think you understand that you didn't have a choice. The way your muscles tensed up, you have a grip on it, unlike anything you've ever seen. But other than that, you eat shit and you fall off of this thing and land on the ground just beside it. The one place you desperately don't want to be. You just hope it doesn't notice you yet.
Corvus is like, oh, well, shit, I missed, Master. I missed. I'm so sorry. Your beautiful locks are all singed. Oh, God.
No!
And now it acts.
Oh no!
The first movement is an attack of the tail. Sailix, it does hit. You take 16 points of damage. You're grabbed. The second attack, Rune. Its jaws. Bites into you hard. You take piercing damage. You feel that leg ready to snap, but it hasn't yet. Monica, what do you do?
I am going to let go of Rune, and since its jaws are in him, I'm going to jump up on its face and try to stab it in the eyes and say, "Take that, you piece of shit!" in Draconic.
Excellent.
So because that's how I do.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Roll damage.
Okay. And then I roll again with the other dagger. Yeah, that's a good one. Did that hit?
27.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Ah, fuck you, dice. And can I hit it one more time?
Yes.
Fuck it.
Miss.
But I stabbed it in both its eyes.
If I may, I don't think you... Did she get a crit on that first attack?
I added the damage twice.
Okay.
Just to, yep.
Oh, yep. All right.
And a shot rings out. Firing. It's quite painful to you guys. Not enough to do any damage, but it echoes through here. This is something you're not used to, but now your ears are ringing, and there's a sense of chaos to it. This might be your final moment if you're not careful. Keeo, they just rescued you, and I don't think you want to see them all die just yet. What do you do?
I want to attack it.
Right.
I think I'm going to turn on power attack.
Okay. Yep. You have a power attack in your. Yep.
My list there. Yeah. Somebody use power attack and try to stab it.
With a club in two hands, you swing over to it. Your first attack is a miss. You have 2 more actions. What would you do?
I'm gonna pound it out.
Second one's a hit. Good damage. And your third one is a miss.
So what we've learned is that the DC is 27.
Reka. Gerald is no longer eyeing Vaz. He's moved to deal with this menace, one that looks like he's actually been hunting. Now that you look at the prey laying about, you gonna drag Vaz over there?
So I have a couple questions. First of
Yes.
all, what is my necklace doing?
Nothing. It's mundane.
Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to activate a vital beacon. So basically, anyone who touches me can get healed. And yeah, I'm gonna drag Vaz over there. And if I can, use my combat medicine to do treat wounds on Sailix.
You won't be able to get to him in time.
Okay.
As you look over, he's underneath.
Okay.
This massive creature. So you don't have the opportunity, but with Vital Beacon, and you can move over to a close distance. But now that you have a clear view on it, you don't know if it was the right choice. It has more than enough length to trap all of you. Hopefully it hasn't seen you yet. Aldonis. Sailix, you're next.
Aldonis is going to he's gonna try to bite it again.
Okay.
That one's a miss, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, and he wouldn't be able to hit with the other one. So I think he's gonna whine a little bit because he's like frustrated.
Yeah.
And possibly thinking that maybe it's time to get everybody out of there.
Right. Excellent. Reka, unfortunately, this thing has spotted you. It's attacked you with its tail. The impact, it isn't bad, but it's the fact that you're now grabbed. You can't seem to slip out in time. And it does the same with Vaz. Doubling down, it decides to pull Rune in so that way it could coil around him and begin the constriction.
Well, wait a second though. If it has grabbed me, can I use my feet reflex?
What feat is that? So the grab is based on it's based on the attack being a success.
Okay.
So it's damage plus grab, unless you had a reaction.
I think it might only be on a critical attack against me. Let me double check. Yeah, it has to be a critical hit. Damn it.
Sailix. What would you
Do the only thing I can do is just slash at it from down here.
Right.
Nope.
You can barely leverage the sword in its direction with the weight over you. Something tells you it knows where you are. It's just a bit preoccupied. You hear popping and cracking. It might be Rune's spine, but he also might be dying right now. He's running out of time.
So Sailix is gonna start speaking in Divine, in Celestial again.
Right.
Calling to Gozray to try and get some aid or anything that could help. Some rain to make it a little more slippery to pop out, but he's gonna attack again.
Okay. Every time you exhale, you inhale a little bit less because the weight pushing onto you.
Them dice tonight, man. Them dice tonight.
I know, right?
Brutal.
And
its skin seems thick as steel, and instead of a stab, it bounces off and you lose it into its coil.
all right. So for my next action,
Your weapon's gone.
Can I attempt to reach for towards Reika to try and like?
She's quite far away. You can begin to move though, if you wanted to. You do see, so the way that the pillar is sloped, it's leaning on something, so there's a slope, and the way it's coiled around it and over, you see an opening. It's a risk, but you could crawl towards her.
Oh yeah.
I hope you don't get spotted and crushed by this thing.
I'm
Giant
already
snake.
like fucked. All right, like I'm going for it.
Right.
If
Like
you
moving
can just
down.
touch me.
You see
What would
her
the roll be?
glow. You have a chance. You just have to figure out how to get there in time.
I mean, let's be clear. It's not
You're
a
halfway
glow
through.
so much as just a sheen of ooze.
Yeah, this 10-ton behemoth might rob you of it. And Rune, it's your turn, so go ahead.
Rune is just screaming in pain, and there's sounds like words coming from his mouth, but it's a bit garbled and gargled, and then it just cuts off.
Gone. The constriction suddenly jerks in. He's not there.
So assuming that he was and now he's just dead, Sailix is going to start like really screaming, just like
Right.
in obscenities in Celestial and just in common, anything he can just scream at. He's yelling.
Monica. Yeah, you see this. He's not there. Gone without a trace.
There is a sound that comes out of Monica that sounds like nothing anybody has ever heard from this food is love crafty little creature. And she grabs onto her necklace, her dragon claw, and yanks it off and stabs down in it with her dagger and tries to use the dragon claw to stab along with the dagger.
Right. Keeo.
Is Monica still on this thing?
Yeah, I'm still on. So
Making an attack.
you don't want me to make an attack roll? Or?
No, you can. I'm just lapping it, so you go ahead. Oh, that's a critical success.
Well, we
So
know
that
where
doubles.
all the good rolls went.
No, that's not-
Finally.
One second.
So that's roll number 1. Roll number 2 sucked. And roll number 3 sucked. But the first one
First one lands, and Keeo, what do you do?
Keeo is starting to look panicked. Like he is, it's almost seemed like he can kind of handle himself on the battlefield,
Right.
and now he's starting to look a little more panicked when he saw Rune disappear, and he just kind of snarls out in Draconic, "Let him go, you damn dirty snake!" And then just two-handed attacks with
Uppercut.
power attack on.
I love it. The first one is a miss, but your rage is persistent. The second one, a miss as well. The third, also just rage.
Hero point. Hero point.
I can't.
Oh, do you have a hero point?
He should have a hero point.
Yep, you do have one hero
Yes.
point.
I'll use it.
Also a miss. There was no way.
Dude, I already missed 4 in a row.
Well, 2 of them were critical misses. So anyway, you swing it, and you swing it every way. The might is there, but the precision isn't, and you manage to strike the pillar it's resting on. It collapses. Sailix, you're not injured, but you're pinned. Yeah, your clothing is caught underneath this thing, but you're breathing. You just can't move. And perhaps the saddest thing is in your limited field of view. One thing you do see off in the distance is a little rabbit stuck in a cage. You start to feel like that rabbit right now. Reka, you're grabbed. Sailix was approaching you, but he no longer can move. He's tied underneath this thing. Thing that's grabbed you, though. What do you do?
So I guess first of all, is this thing still alive?
It is.
Okay. Does it look wounded or hurt at all?
Not much.
Great.
One eye is probably destroyed, though.
Yeah, there's some blood.
I'm going to try to use my Tempest Surge then to break Boss and I out of this grapple.
Okay.
Just basically like calling upon Ghost Ray and the forces of the storm, and just like basically being like, trying to will this like to be a place for Ghost Ray rather than, the dragon god that has infected it.
Right, and you're using Tempest Surge for electricity damage?
Yeah, whatever that spell is. The order spell. Yeah, you must attempt a basic reflex save, and on failure, you are also clumsy 2 for a round with 1 persistent electricity damage.
It succeeds.
Oh, great. That sucks.
Critically.
Ugh.
It's unscathed by you. Very few things have hurt this so far. And it looks like by the sounds people are making, you don't know if everyone's still alive.
Okay.
Aldonis, you can attack.
Well, wait a second. So
so you have an action still.
Yeah, so were we able to get out of the grasp or no?
Are you making a reflex save to try to escape in addition?
Yes.
Like separate from Tempest Surge? Okay. You got a 15 total. That's a fail.
Damn it.
You're still grabbed.
Okay.
So Aldonis, you may attack. And
Aldonis is actually gonna see what's going on, see that Rune is captured, see that Reka is captured, and he's gonna jump and grab Monica and pull her away. And he's gonna retreat with Monica.
Oh man.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's running out of targets. So, Keeo, it targets you. You've been bitten. Pulled instantly, you take an excruciating amount of damage.
I'm very sorry.
Sailix,
Oh God.
you're hit with a tail as it swoops underneath to grab you, and when it rips up to pull you, it breaks. You are broken free, pulled out, but sadly away from Reika. You're ripped out in the other direction,
No.
and grabbed. But Sailix, it's your turn.
I'm free though, right? Or no?
Yeah, you notice you managed to grab your weapon though. That had fallen on in there.
You're a dick.
You just in time.
Yeah. All right.
He just can't let go.
How high is this thing? Like, how tall is it?
You like to, I mean, this thing might be 80 feet long, so part of it is up in the air now. The part that's like its legs, it has small wings, you notice. That's kind of what's sticking up. But its head is pretty low right now. It's grabbing the kobold and bringing him in.
All right. Do I think I could jump over it?
Yeah, but you're grabbed right now.
Oh, I'm grabbed. Okay. Yeah. Well.
You got your weapon. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Oh, thank God.
Mm.
All right. I love when you go, really,
Yeah.
really
You have
sets
two more
the
attacks.
mood.
You have 2 more attacks.
Hey, Ian, look at the camera.
Oh man. All right, roll damage.
That's a critical, right?
No, it's just a regular hit.
Whatever. Happy is happy.
Ooh, and I believe you have a 3rd attack.
I do.
As you're gaining this momentum. You almost cut the part of the leg off, and it's a miss.
Oh, whatever.
Bouncing off the scales. You can't win them all, but you've been doing excellent. Monica, it's your turn. You've been pulled back.
Ian, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
So clouds in the sky begin to sort of churn, and thunder is heard from seemingly ephemeral areas, feeling in the bones as Rune kind of comes out from around a corner as the wind is whipping up around him, as he attempts to cast lightning bolt on this thing.
Look, I'm just gonna let you know, if you hit me, I'll be real pissed.
I'm gonna let you know, if we survive this, there's gonna be some things that happen.
Please hit. Please get a critical.
It critically failed. It's
It
saving
critically
throw.
failed. Only possible on a 1. Roll your damage. Sir.
You don't have a hero point.
No, it critically
No,
failed.
it critically
Oh,
failed.
okay. I thought you.
That's
you
good.
critically failed.
This
I was
is
like,
a good thing.
Oh,
This is good for us.
I was
For
like,
what?
Wow, your guys' expressions.
if you
Um,
would have hit Sailix
So-
again.
No,
Rune comes out
we're gonna
and
we're gonna get him. It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Rune comes
It'll
out
be
and
fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
arcane symbols begin just appearing around him as that feeling of ozone, the hair on everyone's body just sort of stands up. Rune sort of floats in the air as lightning pierces through his staff before going up into the sky and coming back down on the creature in and of itself just singeing all throughout its body.
Sailix, you happen to have had your conductive weapon stuck inside of this thing at the time of you're going to take damage that you can't measure because in an instant you pass out. You fall to the ground. The constriction eases and you fall to the floor. It seems everybody's okay. This thing is dead. How do you guys
Rune
react?
crumbles.
Monica runs to Rune and is like slapping herbs on him and like gives him a big old kiss and says, "Don't ever do that to me again."
Yeah. So first of all, between Sailix and Rune, which one looks worse off?
Probably
Rune.
Sailix isn't moving right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Might
so
be
I'm
dead.
gonna run over to Sailix.
On the ground. Upon immediate inspection, you notice that shocking grasp was loud. You've made some thunder happen, but that was quite something. A flash so bright you couldn't even really tell where it came from, the sky or from Rune from below. His arm, from where it meets the sword. This sword is now covered. It looks galvanized in cracks of bluish purple all the way up his arm to where it meets the shirt. You see it a bit on his neck. But he's not moving. He looks different. He needs attention now.
Okay, so I guess first of all, I would just be like, again, I'd lay my hands on him
Nice.
as part of the beacon, so he's the first person I'm touching. So that's 4d10, and then I'd also I did not use treat wounds on him yet, so I should be able to use that as well. And basically, she would sort of like look at the wound caused by the lightning and just be like, goes right. Yeah.
As you try to move his body, the sword is stuck in this creature. With strength you don't have right now.
Yeah.
And his hand, despite being motionless, has a grip on the sword, unlike any. You would think it's welded to the weapon.
Okay.
His muscle in full tension. You can't pry him free, but you can pray.
Okay. So yeah, again, she would be trying to do all the various healing things, and specifically just like Ghost Ray, this lightning was not of your making, but as he has taken the brunt of this attack, so too has he taken his first steps into your worship. If you could lend me your aid so he can master this lightning instead of letting it rule him, then we can work towards reclaiming this area from Dahak.
For a character that doesn't really speak, you got away with words.
Oh, thank you.
This isn't the first time that you waken to see the sky ahead of you, just as you did with Reika. She saved you from certain death, praying to the same deity, not the deity you've wanted, but the deity you've ended up with. You're alive. You can't feel your arm, but you can move it. What do you do? Notice Rune as well is helping to soothe you. You get the feeling you were dead. It's the look that humans give you. Tells you you were dead for a little bit, but you've come back.
Rika just doesn't have any difference in expression. She's just like, obviously.
Immediately, like I guess he would like kind of like try to sit up and then probably fall
Right.
over.
Yeah.
He'd probably fall towards Rega and be like, you keep
You know, as you fall, your hand doesn't free itself from the weapon. It's attached. And you realize
he's gonna be the new Ash.
it takes only a
Yes,
second to
my
realize.
boomstick.
Rather than effort, it takes thought to remove the weapon from your hand. So thinking of doing it, and it's released, but your arm is different. It's strange. You don't feel it, but you can move it.
All right. Well, with you keep saving me like this, I'm gonna start to have to question all these people I'm killing.
In the clearing remaining of this rubble, there's an archway. Sailix, you're prone on the ground on your back, inspecting your new scarred hand. It looks ashen gray. You hope it doesn't decay, but you have a feeling you'll be okay. Reika is tending to you. Rune as well. Everyone's distraught. The kobolds began to arrive. They heard the violence. You see them off in the distance. But at the archway, you're only feet away from an archway that was kept intact despite everything falling to shit with this this dragon's attack. Two boots step in a frame. Not his. They're not green, but they're made of a polished brass. Reika, looking up, you see an Uruxi sporting a desert-like color, but without jewelry. He's wearing armor. There's a saber on his hilt. He's taller than you. He looks a bit younger. In his free hand, he's holding looks to be some sort of jungle. It looks like a pheasant, some sort of exotic bird. He says, so the traps worked. Reika? He's going to take a step back from you. He drops the bird to the ground, puts a hand on his saber for a second, but releases it. He shakes his head in confusion. He looks at Geralt beside him. Geralt's nodding. How do you react? Because he doesn't.
Wait, he doesn't react at all?
He doesn't say anything. He's in shock.
Okay.
Frozen. Rune, Monica, you're all nearby.
Rune is out of it. I'm not gonna lie. Rune is just in pain.
Yeah.
Do I need to do a roll to use that natural medicine again for him?
You can only use it once per day.
Never mind.
On per person.
Per person.
Yeah, because I have the same one.
Okay.
So what I would do is drag him to touch Reika, because I have the beacon up. It lasts the whole day.
Sure. Then I'll do that, and I'll put his hand on Reika real quick.
So the next one is 4d8 because Sailix got the d10.
Don't forget about the kobold that's in the mouth of the beast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And grabbing him to touch me too would be super great.
I'll have Aldonis help me with that.
Yeah. So I mean, while people are doing that behind her, like, I just feel like, again, it'd be one of those things where like Reika is also in shock, and we'll finally just be like, you seem to know me, but I don't know you. Who are you?
I have a story to tell you, Reika. It's not a good one. You need to let her go first.
Why?
I told her I would not let harm come to her. I can't see it happen.
She's not harmed right now.
In fact, she's tried to kill us.
Yeah, Rika would like hold her up, like, see, she looks fine.
Come with me. He's going to step deeper into the ruins, where the trees break a little bit more. It's sunnier over here. You're not stuck in the canopy. More importantly, you're away from this creature. And as you go, there's more clearings. You actually get kind of a nice a view. It's a vista, but there's nothing but rubble. Some ruins, more stone ruins, a little bit further out. This looks like land. It once was territory. But your friend doesn't seem to be from here. He's not dressed like it. He's not wearing clothes like fitting for someone to travel in the jungle. He's from far away. I came with them. He points to Vaz, Geralt. They showed me this. Look down. You see etchings, carvings. This place is telling a story about something that must have happened thousands of years ago, but you do notice the figures. They're shaped like your people, which is, it's sort of bizarre because you didn't know what your people were shaped like. You only had yourself to go off of, but this feels familiar. You remember this place from when you were very young, practically just a hatchling. Now look up at the trees. We were too busy looking down. We never looked up. These trees above are actually extremely tall. Some 200 feet high, with strong branches. I want to tell you a story. We were prosperous. We're not from here, but you knew that. Somehow you knew that. The Ruxi, they don't bear skin like ours, unless they're from the desert. We came here in need thousands of years ago, but this was our home. It was for a time, until our past caught up to us. We possess bad blood, something inside us they didn't like, and I didn't know what it was, not when we fled. Up in those trees, they waited for us. When we were done hunting, done gathering, telling our stories into the ground, that's when they picked us off. They tried to kill every last one of us. As far as I know, we're the only ones that survived.
Who?
He, without looking you in the eyes, just looks out far in the distance. He points in a direction you know. It was the Akuje, Reka.
That's not possible.
Is it?
It can't
The
be true.
Khalidi. Oh, they picked us off. One by one.
No. Why would they save me then? It doesn't make any sense.
You're an exception. I'm not here to claim that all Akuje are bad, because someone saved you. But the Khalidi did this. Women and children, too. They wanted us exterminated.
Who told you this? Was it Vaz?
I know you don't want to believe me, but I remember it. I was older than you. You don't remember me. They rained down in the night. They didn't want a fair fight. They wanted us gone. They don't like our blood.
It doesn't make any sense. What about the Cinder Claws? Where do they fit in all of this?
They worship Dahak. Do you understand how powerful that god is? Everything else pales in comparison. In the end, there's only destruction.
No.
And Dahak brings the destruction. I know you don't like that, but... So imagine now, just think with me. Let this be a thought experiment. Dahak, in all of his power, can destroy just about anything. So what of someone with just a drop of his blood? That poses a threat to the Akuje. We're the darkness, Reika. We're part of it. They'd kill you in their sleep.
Then why haven't they?
I don't know. Maybe they're afraid of you. They killed every single person I ever knew. Everyone except for you. You can help me avenge them? And he looks out. You do notice there's about 24 small ruins dotted about.
Who are you to her?
I'm a Stormspeaker.
Who are you to her?
Nobody.
Then why should we believe anything you say?
You can explore the ruins if you'd like. I've already done it. And he's actually going to
So
scan.
you're spouting your interpretation of what you found? It sort of creaks out from behind a wall.
Right. Human. Then you can humor me. Visit the Khalidi. If you think they're innocent, question them. But do you truly believe that they won't act out? They won't try to kill you? They feel great guilt over this.
I believe they've shown her more respect than you are.
I will not fight on the side of Dahak.
I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to help me kill the people who killed your parents.
I do not believe that and just your word that you named this one, and she would look at Vaz as an ally, makes me suspect. We will look at these runes. We will explore these stories. We will question the Khalidi, and then we will come to a decision.
without looking at Boz, Geralt is going to begin to. He's just walking over towards this man. You know him to be named Garsat. That's what Boz told you. They look like they're ready to walk away from you. The kobolds have arrived. They've encircled the place a little bit, but Garsat says, "We're leaving." I'm sorry, Vaz. I wish you'd change your mind, Reka.
I will not betray what I believe in to aid Dahak. Because that's what will happen if you kill the Yakushe here and now. Dahak will swarm all over this place and continue spreading like a plague. And I have seen what the Cinder Claws do and have done. And I will not allow that. And if that makes you my enemy, then so be it.
He'll leave with the mustachioed man away from the ruins, back down to the docks where his raft is. Voss is right pissed. And the sun looks like it's about to set. The kobolds, they look to the group for direction. Where do you guys want to go?
Let's head back to the camp. We'll figure this out from there.
Agreed.
Why can't we make camp here?
I don't feel safe here.
Underclaw's too close.
Reka, we can always come back. But we have too many people who need help, who need treatment. We need to be somewhere safe. And this place, even though Rune has taken out this creature, this place is not safe.
Yeah, Sailix is going to look up from slicing up this dragon because that's what he was doing while that conversation was going on. And he'll like throw what looks, I guess,
slice it with
his sword.
Make a reflex save on your first swing there.
Oh God.
I think Aldonis would help you if you asked.
He's a prick, he doesn't ask.
Of course he doesn't.
The second your sword makes contact with the creature, it creates something from within itself or within you. It's your arm or it's the weapon. Something about you is galvanized. Sonic energy emanates. You weren't prepared for a swing like this. You didn't negotiate it. It bounces right off. You take 8 points of sonic damage as it's reflected onto you. This weapon's imbued with something from the heavens.
Oh God!
So Sailix will look up at the sky. He's like, all right.
You look, yeah. By the way, your arm, the veins, they change colors.
Oh,
I'd like
that's
to
cool.
point out.
Prismatically.
I'd like to point out. Rune allowed that to happen. Rune was the conduit for this.
It was totally on purpose.
Yeah, no.
Just letting you know.
Sailix is like gonna shake his sword. He's like, I got you. I see I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You're gonna give it another swing for ego now that you know what it does.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna put his back
Perfect.
into it now.
Yeah, this weapon is unreal. As it strikes, it vibrates and oscillates to cut deeper. So almost like a bread knife moving in, and it just clears flesh as it moves through. You feel like you're cutting into butter inside of these intestines. And it's loud. It is extremely loud.
While they're
like
having
thunder.
their heart-to-heart conversation.
Boom!
Boom! Boom!
Boom, headshot. Yeah.
Then after,
You're welcome.
pretty much after all that, Sailix will walk up to Reka and kind of like throw the head next to her feet and be like, well, we have some offerings to make, so it's best to do it not here.
Reka, you give me time. I will see what I can learn. It will require coming back here at some point. I'll need to understand the Yakuja's perspective on what they believe occurred. What they have told themselves. But we'll find an answer for you if that's what you want.
I have spent too much time running in the dark, being hunted by things I didn't understand. And I am done living on the run, living in that darkness. My eyes have been opened, and I will continue forward.
What's your demeanor like as you guys travel? Make it back to the rafts.
Hey, Ian, just real quick.
Before I forget. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say that Keeo wants to break out one of these guys, a tooth from this guy, and maybe take like a rib bone and fashion like a crude dagger with its tooth and
Perfect.
a rib bone.
Monica will see that and be like, "Ooh, can you get me one too?"
He happily obliges.
The kobolds will happily tax it. Yeah, they'll tear this thing apart.
Yeah.
I mean, free food, right?
Yeah.
I would have done before we left the same thing of like creating water, especially with the fire pillar, like creating water where it was, and turning it into like sort of doing a cleansing ritual, like to reclaim the spot for Gosere.
Right. Okay. And then one more day of travel takes you to the kobold camp. It's uneventful. When you arrive, it's as you imagine. It was a camp built for 12 kobolds, and now there's 5 people occupying it. It's a bit cramped, but it'll do. Do you guys have any other plans before you head to the Yakuja camp? It's 2 days of travel.
I would heal or use treat wounds on whoever needed it, and if anybody needs treating diseases.
Yeah, and I would.
A lot of the kobolds are sick.
I would help with the treating wounds, at least for our party.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have and then like I said, Ian, with the treat diseases too, I have that feat that lets me do 2 people at once instead of just one at a time.
Okay.
That'll help a little bit.
Right. Yep.
Can we get a rest reset so I can re-memorize some spells?
Yeah.
Yes. Whoops.
Rest is definitely needed, but yeah, basically, my character would just heal everybody she can for the day,
Reset.
and then go with Sailix to do nightly prayers.
And Monica would do the healing, and then the cooking, and then the healing, and then the cooking.
Keeo, you've seen these people. You would think that 80% of your people die from arsenic poisoning. You only realize now that it's arsenic poisoning. You thought that the gold was cursed, that you were mining in these gold mines. But what seems to be a divine miracle is that in only a day, 80% of you are cured of any symptoms of this poisoning, which for you was an uncurable death sentence. You were lucky not to catch it or at least not severely, but these people who call themselves the Unforgotten, at least according to the gnome in the party, they live up to the name. They've taken you. You thought you were all going to die in that mine, and not only did they give you a way out, but they've healed you. They speak of the Elephant People, a clan of elephant-herding humans, who wish to meet you when all of this is over. But the kobolds, they look to you now as being mighty. You have a decision to make before they head out. The kobolds, they look up to you because you're the strongest, and that's usually how power is distributed. Do you think it would be wiser for your people to meet the Elephant People downriver for refuge, or to follow your saviors in this upcoming battle? To follow them to meet the Akuje elves on the next step of liberating the region?
I think that they would be better off meeting the elephant hunting humans. They
All right.
need some foundation. They need to establish themselves as free beings.
And who
Monica totally would have coached that to be like,
who in the party would you break this to? Who do you think is the leader of this group? Actually, it's a good question. The wizard, the elf, the Aruxi, or the halfling?
I don't know. I guess he would, just by seeing how Monica has kind of tried to take care of everybody, and how Reika has healed, that's kind of what he would, in his mind, would be sort of the leader of the caretakers. So he'd probably tell both of them.
Right.
I think this is wise. Your people need to, if you go into battle now as you are, there would be much death, and you've just escaped a great deal of it.
Our numbers would be decimated.
But with preparation, with learning what your skills are, you may be able to help face the Cinder Claws and defeat them so that they can't enslave anybody else again.
I would also not deny those who wish to join the fight of their own accord. Because, again, the Cinder Claws have taken so much and continue to take. And I would not deny anyone the right to, regardless of how foolish it may seem to us, I would not dishonor someone in that way to deny them the right to fight back.
I agree, but as of now, we are in no condition to fight. Most of these kobolds have barely seen the light of day, let alone been trained as any kind of a warrior. Yes, we swing pickaxes, and yes, some of us are bigger than others, but we are not a band of warriors. Anyone who wants to leave is free to, but I greatly discourage it.
Work with Tabaki. She. Right, Tabaki is she?
Hazel is she.
No, Hazel is somebody else. Tabaki was the person that we were dealing with after Tak died, right?
Right, yes. Yep.
Okay. So Tabaki was leading those that were free. Work together and hear out people's opinions, but try to do what's best for the clan to keep you alive and keep you from being put in that kind of danger again.
That's who we will seek out.
tell me, are your people aware of any of this supposed history between the Akushe and the Stormcaller tribe?
Would Keeo know something like that, Ian? It doesn't sound like
You
somebody
know
would know.
the Stormspeaker lizard folks. They were annihilated, but you don't know what it was from. So many threats in the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, we are not familiar.
So with that, when it comes time to depart, you guys go your separate ways. Well enough to travel and with the rafts to do it.
Are they not joining us?
Oh yeah. Say again?
Rune will
No.
ask, are they not joining us?
They're going to meet up with the elephant people to regroup and figure out a plan from there. But they're not strong enough to fight. Not yet.
Who is leading them?
Keeo, and I've advised him to also work with Tabaki.
May I go speak with him?
Oh, you need me as translator, don't you?
No, I know Draconic.
Oh, all right then.
We're by the water, where the kobolds prepare their rafts. They're loading equipment. Rune, you make haste and meet with them before they leave. Go ahead.
Keeo,
Yes.
I wish you and your clan well. If you find that you and your lot having trouble making it here, please come search for us. There is a safe haven that we have. It's far from here, but it would give you time to rebuild.
I thank you, and I wish you guys safe travels. And you are a powerful man controlling some wonderful magic that I didn't even know existed. Thank you, and if something changes, we will seek you out.
Good luck.
You too.
Rune will go catch up with his compatriots.
So what's next is 2 days of travel. It's uneventful. You might search for Moth while you're out, glancing about, but you don't see him. He's out there somewhere, though. You can sense it.
Dirty little bastard.
As you make your way back. 2 days later,
Do we pass by the gate at all?
you can go up that way if you'd like.
Do we still have Vaz?
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Yay!
Can we possibly go home for a short spell?
I wouldn't necessarily complain about that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Rika, for what it's worth, I think the Archivist Library might help point me in a direction to find some truth behind the story of your tribe. People.
It's very well.
2 days of... Oh, good.
We can take Vaz where she belongs.
Prison cell.
Or worse.
I just want to go home.
Rune will sort of pat Monica's shoulder. I agree. We should go home. We need some time.
But not too much time. I don't like that these gates are open, and again, we have built some momentum on those dragon pillars.
They only open for us. We have the key.
I
True.
feel like she's talking about the pillars we were destroying,
Yeah.
not the
Oh.
gates.
Got it.
So
We need to understand what we've learned so far. And staying on the move as we have, it doesn't give us time to process.
I agree. We're not acting, we're reacting. and you can only react so much without a plan before everything falls apart. So maybe some time.
A few days back home where we're comfortable.
Maybe you can send Corvus to give a message to Jossie that this is our plan.
I am.
Or would you rather go back to the Akuje, Reika?
For what it's worth, I don't think you should.
I am worried that if we spend too long away, he will do something to wipe out the rest of the Akushe.
I'm not saying that we go for a month or maybe just a couple of days. Enough time that we can do some research, that we can rest and recuperate and come up with a plan from a base of operations that we're familiar with. And we're
All
not
accounts.
fighting mosquitoes and Draclodons and giants, dragon snake things every day.
I feel
Or-
like Reika would like give you just this look of like, I don't understand what the problem is here.
Room temperature.
Yeah.
Reika, I was terrified that I nearly lost you and Sailix and Rune.
Oh, I'm touched. You
Shut up.
care.
Shut up, monster. And I need for us to be safe for like a couple of days. Please.
By all accounts, Reika.
And you see Monica start to cry a little bit.
By all accounts, he just learned of this history, and he is still trying to figure out what he wants to do next. It is very likely he is off to go recuperate and process what he's learned. Have some time. And I do not recommend we go to the Akuje right now. There are too many questions that we are going to want to ask them, and we're not really prepared to ask or to really understand the answers.
Very well.
So we return to Breach Hill then, right?
At least the Citadel. Likely Breach Hill too.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm going back to sleep in my own bed.
I need to hand in a bounty.
All of our side duties. To the side, Rune, the first 12 hours of searching rigorously in the library, you find nothing. You stay up?
Yeah, of course he does.
This continues for about 2 days straight.
You know what Monica's gonna do then. Wherever he is, sending food, making sure he sleeps for at least 2 hours.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep.
So
It becomes painful. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It becomes painful to you. Make a fortitude save for me. To stay awake in your search. You feel like you're on the cusp of something. Go ahead, Sailix.
Sailix would, when they get Vaz back to Breach Hill, or if they keep her in the Citadel or whatever, wherever they're keeping her, he would request some one-on-one time alone with her.
Yeah.
And as he gets her alone, you know, ungagged and everything, he'd ask her some questions rather forcefully.
Well, again, you don't want to ungag her. Like, writing down things is the way to go.
All right. Well, he'll have her write things down.
Because she can cast spells if she has her mouth free.
Yeah, we'll go over that interrogation. I doubt you're getting much sleep yourself. I'm gonna message our wizard room.
In the meantime, Monica is trying to get back some kind of normalcy. So sending food to Rune, tending the garden,
Right.
cooking
Reka-
meals, blah blah blah.
Reka, where are you right now?
I mean, again, like she would basically be overseeing Vaz and trying to research a little bit if she can, but like that's not really her thing. So I guess trying to, like, I don't know, meditate and commune with her god, asking for guidance, that sort of thing.
Right. Alongside Sailix. I'm sure that makes sense. Does anybody join anybody enter the prison, the jail in town to visit?
Not unless anybody's ordered food.
Right.
Like, to just check it over?
No, so do you have intimidation? Can you make an intimidation check?
Oh,
Sailix?
yeah.
To cover some time. Yeah, you find nothing.
Oh.
It's been no use. The day feels stale, miserable. You know there's so much going on the other side of the planet. You can't even get there. But when you meet up again at Cadence Keg, you notice Rune's drinking. Sun's barely even down. It's not like him. He looks different.
Don't we all?
He looks absolutely exhausted. Bags under his eyes. His head is barely staying up. His stubble that's usually there has grown into more of a thicker beard. As he looks up at everyone. Well, how y'all doing?
How are you doing is the question.
Tired. To be honest, I'm very tired.
I have a bed upstairs for you if you need it.
Are you able to find anything?
Took a lot. I was able to piece together some snippets of the history. It's, to be honest, people worked hard to erase it. Very hard. But honestly, Reika, the Yakuza tried to wipe you out.
And that's where we're going to end off tonight, guys. On that line, you're all at Cadence Keg. Shout out to my boy Dan for being our guest here and playing the heavy hitter. Well
Thank
done.
you guys for having me.
Thanks for being here.
It was a blast. Had a lot of fun.
GG, everybody. Well, I've been Ian, the GM. Let's do our outros, starting with Spence.
Hi, I'm Spence, and if you look below where Keeo is, there is a heart, a bell, and a subscribe button. If you hit the heart, you will be able to follow us and get access to all of our cool emotes and join in our chat. If you hit the bell, you're going to get notifications whenever we go live, which is almost every day now. And that's freaking cool. And if you hit the subscribe button, it really helps support the channel and help us continue to grow with awesome games. And if you're interested in finding me online, if I'm not here, I am on my Twitch channel, which is Resonant Moon. And yeah, thanks.
Jen?
Hi, I'm Jen. I played Reika, the lizard folk druid who continues to get attacked by these moral conundrums, which is problematic. But yeah, you can see me here on the Penny for a Tale channel every Sunday for Pathfinder or every other Monday for Cult. I also run an awesome online shop for nerdy apparel and accessories at savagesparrow.com, so check that out.
Dan?
Which one?
Yellow shirt Dan.
I don't have anything. Thank you for having me. It was so much fun. I hope to do it again soon.
Well done. Mr. Smith.
Hello, I'm Mr. Smith. Played Rune Ravenswood, the tortured and deeply damaged this evening wizard. You can find my musings on cybersecurity, gaming, psychology, scotch, or coffee at IamMrSmith.com.
And Danielle.
Oh, goddamn. Hi, I'm Daniel. I played Sailix, the Elven Guard. I am also here all the time. Every Sunday for Pathfinder, every other Monday for Star Wars, and every Friday for Scion. So yeah, come check us out. Hope to see you then.
If you liked what you saw on stream, you can go to fantasygrounds.com and try it. It's super fun. Highly recommend. And it's socially distanced. So I don't know, you can't lose. Just try it. And that's it. I'm going to let you guys go before midnight. Peace.